What's up guys, you're welcome and you're welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll show you how to make this satin blouse. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please support me by clicking the subscribe button. So let's get started. So first you fold your fabric into 4 places and then you leave 1.5 inch for zip allowance, and then you come over here, you mark this place as your base. And then I'll take 3 inches for the tuck-in of the blouse. So I've marked 3 inches from the base of the shirt. And then from here, from these 3 inches, I'll take the length of my blouse. So I have 27 inches, and then I added 2 inches for allowance. So I have 29 inches. Next, you come over to the shoulder. You take your shoulder measurement from here. You divide your shoulder measurement by 2. I have 7.5. You mark it. And then I'll add 1 inch for ease. And then because my blouse is going to have pleats on the shoulder, I'll add an extra 5 inches. So I have my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 7.5, and then I've added 1 inch for ease, and then I added 5 inch for the pleats on the shoulder. And then the next thing is to take the armhole measurement. So from this line, I'll take my armhole measurement. From this line, I mean, since I'm going to be tucking this place in, from this line, I'll take 9 inches. You can use 8 or you can use 8.5. So I'm going to rule a line here for the armhole. I hope the line is straight. And then on this line, I'll take my bust measurement. So you divide your bust measurement by 4. I have 9 inches, and then I'll add 2 inches for ease. So here is my bust measurement divided by 4. So I have 9. Add 2 inches, and then I'll just come down here by 23 or 24 inch for the hip measurement. So I'll divide your hip measurement by 4. Mine is 10.5. And then you add 2 inches for ease. And then I'll mark the line down to this place. I'll come down to the armhole. I'll take 1 inch for the armhole curve. I'll mark it here. And then I'll just make a curved line here, like so. And then I'll connect the shoulder. Since I have an extended shoulder, I'll connect it down. I'll connect it down to this place. So I'll be ignoring this line. I'll be using this line for the new shoulder or the new armhole. And then I'll cut this one first. Go ahead and cut. So the next thing is to take the measurement around your neck. For mine, I have 18 inches. So I'll divide that by 4. And then I'll have 4.5. I'll mark it here. And then I'll add 1/2 inch for seam allowance. So I'll draw the line down or straight like this, and then take 1/2 inch here. I'll come over to the bottom. I'll come over to the bottom and then mark 4 inches here up, and then make a slant line down, and then cut. Then I'll just go up again and mark this measurement on each side of the blouse. So I marked it on each side of the blouse. I'll set this aside. For the sleeves, you fold your fabric into 4 places, and then you take the length of the sleeve. I have 22 inches, and then I added 3 inches for seam allowance. And then I'll come over to this line. I'll take 4 inches downward, or 5 inches, I mean. And then I'll just make a slant line down to this place, like this. And then come over to the bottom. I'll take my round curve around my wrist. I have 8 inches. So you divide that by 2, you have 4 inches. And then I'll add 5 inches because there will be elastic around the wrist. And then I'll draw the line down to this place. And then I'll cut. And then I'll just make a notch here. So I'm using this 22 inches zipper. So I'll go ahead and make a stitch around this place. You sew on this line. So after sewing the zip allowance, you go ahead and iron it. You iron it, you fold it in and iron. So with the right sides facing each other, you go ahead and sew. You go ahead and sew from here down to this place, and from here down to this place. And you can make it a bit slanted. So you make a slant line down, and then you go ahead and iron it. And then you pleat it. You make 2 or 3 pleats. For mine, I've made 3 pleats. So you go ahead and pleat it. So I have 1, and then you pin it. And then I have 2, and then you pin it. And then the 3rd one. So I've done it for the other side. And then you go ahead and stitch right on top of the line. And then you trim off the excess. So I'm going to trim off this excess. You do it on the other side too. Go ahead and join the sleeves. You take the midpoint of the sleeve with the right sides facing each other. You pin it to this side, and then you go ahead and pin the entire sleeve to the dress. After pinning the entire sleeve, you go ahead and sew it together. Before we join the sides of the blouse, we're going to be fixing the zipper. I didn't have the color of zipper, so I'm using white. So you take your zipper, you open it, and then you place it here. Remember the zip allowance. So you flip this to this side, you flip it like this, and then you place your zipper here like this. So I have the wrong side of the zipper. You place it like this, you fold it over to this side, and then you close it. You close it with the blouse tuck, and then you pin it. So you pin it to the end, and then you're going to sew it down till the end. So by the time you flip it, you have this. You do it on the other side too. Fixing the zipper, you go ahead and join the sides of the dress. You pin the armholes together with the right sides facing each other. You pin it together, and then you pin the entire side, and then you sew it together. So here's the blouse. You go ahead and hem the bottom, and then you hem your sleeves, and then you insert the elastic using the size of your wrist, and then you close the opening. You make an opening to insert your elastic, and that's it for this blouse. Thank you. So I made a little adjustment. I made a stitch to the top part here using 1 inch, and then made a curved line and then stitched it straight. So you do this at the beginning stage. Instead of sewing a straight line on the shoulder, you sew it curved line like this. So you're sewing like this and like this on the neckline. Here's the satin blouse. I've also made this multicolor pants to go with it. Please give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. I love you for watching. Thank you.